your career in esports today. Earning opportunities available for players, commentators, organizers, live producers, and more. You can check out more info and the payout inquiries at the Discord link, discord.link/UEF.
Well, I mean, don't get us wrong. We've got more to talk about, but we've got ourselves a little bit of Smash to commentate. Folks, welcome to Grand Finals! For the last time in Season 9, it's Grands here on DNA.EXE. Skips the K-Rool with a dominant performance in winner's side, including a 3-0 over the person that Rivers just dispatched in losers, Amaryllis. Well, now they've got a whole simian worth of competition on their hands in this Diddy Kong, and they are being dominated in neutral early on, Koopa.
Yeah, and listen, let's see what kind of season finale we're going to get here, Stu. Are we going to get 6 feet under, or are we going to get Game of Thrones? I don't know what we're expecting here. So
makes you wonder. It could well be the Planet of the Apes now that I think about it, but Skips. Oh my gosh, this is actually a preview of Godzilla vs. King Kong. I can't believe it. This is just nutty. You thought you had to see this in IMAX. Turns out you're getting it in the comfort of your own home as Rivers sitting there with bad intentions on the ledge, forcing Skips out, and that is back air country for them. Rivers will draw first blood of this 55 clip, but the cannonball Skips answers right back. The gauntlet has been thrown.
Yeah, this matchup brought to you by HBO Max / Master Hand Gaming. So, yeah, no, listen, Skips is going to have his work cut out ahead of him. You know, Rivers is, for most players in New Jersey, Rivers has always been the benchmark and the gold standard, and you want to make sure that you're able to, you know, even if it's Wi-Fi, you know, you still want to make it competitive. And these two, I'm sure, play pretty often. Skips is you know, a recurring character in a lot of the MHG stuff that we have in the Discords and stuff. So I'm sure this matchup is not unfamiliar to Rivers, but listen, man, King K. Rool is a force to be reckoned with. This character is super scary. Let's see how Skips, you know, is faring here. And it's been a pretty closely contested first game.
And immediately dashing in on the ledge, Skips with an upper hand on Rivers. We don't see this all that often. I mean, Rivers coming out of loser's bracket is always a dangerous proposition. And again, last time we saw them come out of losers before top 16, they had to win successive sets in order to get to that point, and they did it after losing to Lardo 2 weeks ago, winning I believe it was 9 straight sets, culminating against Inu the Zelda in order to win that. So now they got to take the second stock, I realize, but even so, just an impressive run of form as of late from the Jersey mainstay.
No, 100%. The up smash will catch that roll right there. So Rivers, at least within arm's reach of this first game here against Skips, where again, we could be in for a long one here, folks. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But again, King K. Rool is so crafty. You're seeing these B reverses coming up from Skips. He is leaving no stone unturned here.
And I mean, why would they? This is, they know how familiar Rivers is with having their back against the wall, sitting at 150%. Still not quite able to do it yet, but Skips gonna get caught by the banana. That's gonna be the saving grace of Rivers. They really tried to read the roll in, but Skips is going to make them pay. The boom and the clap as King K. Rool is going to take game number 1, breaking the momentum of Rivers just a little bit, and Skips in a favorable position. All they got to do is win 2 more games, Koopa. That is the good news. The bad news, you got to do it against Rivers. I mean, you got to repeat that performance, and it was good. I think it's replicable, but man, is that going to be difficult.
Yeah, listen, man, it's a hard-fought you know, contest, I'm sure. I think if you say Diddy Kong, it's very much doable. I think, you know, King K. Rool, I'm sure, fares better, in my opinion, in this matchup than he would against, you know, Crom. You know, Diddy Kong's going to be forced to kind of play in your wheelhouse, you know, as King K. Rool, because of how, you know, he doesn't have, you know, great disjoints, if any. His range is obviously very questionable, but, you know, we'll see. It's still going to be a hard-fought match, and we'll see what Game 2 here has to show us, too.
I mean, there was a spot where, I mean, you just didn't see, you don't see Rivers lose to many people all that often. And the names that they lose to, like, you know them. Like, you know them. Talking about people like Myron, Utopian Ray, Jake, Pokelam. Like, these are their last 4 documented set losses, not including DNA's. Like, these are the kind of competition, that's the kind of competition that they've been going down to, and Sxips can join that company if they avoid those angel drops, which, I mean, how many times is he gonna keep getting away with that, Koopa? My God!
Yeah, insert SpongeBob meme of how many times we have to teach it his lesson, old man. Like, that, it's just absolutely incredible how he's able to get this done every time. But Sxips, again, not giving up just yet. Again, King K. Rool is a hard-hitting son of a bun. So,
oh man, I mean, this is just this is absolute reptilian brutality on the part of Rivers, and again with the banana in their hand, gonna try to get the crown, but it's gonna be Sxips that's putting themselves at least in a decent enough position. You're building up rage. Let's call it that. They're a heavy. You're justified enough to say, like, all right, yeah, we're getting a little bit of rage so that we can hit just a little bit harder. Maybe cheese a stock somehow. Somehow it doesn't seem to work like that, Koopa. But I'd like to think that.
Hey man, crazier things have happened today. So.
I suppose you're right. Oh, but yeah, there's just nothing quite as crazy as Rivers' gameplay thus far, trying to make up for that Game 1 loss and doing so relatively decently. Rivers, I mean, just dialed in on the controller, man. This dude has just been... What is it that you can say about this dude's gameplay? So technically sound, not a single ounce of wasted movement. Everything seems to be for a purpose. When they really want to get down to it, Rivers can be one of the most conniving and outright deadly players in all of Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And unfortunately, that banana will heat check him slightly, but no, Diddy's definitely one of those characters where when the cards are rolling in your favor, it is so hard to take momentum away from this character. As you see Sxips just trying to get themselves back in a last stock scenario here, but unfortunately, coming up just ever so short. A dominating game 2 from Rivers as we are even at 1 game a pop here, Stu.
Yeah, that's Diddy gonna help Rivers boost themselves on up to 1-all, but a little bit more solid on Rivers' end. I think that Sxips could have brought that back. I'm not gonna put it outside of their outside of the realm of possibility, but again, Rivers definitely has played a K Rool or 2 in their time. I don't think that all of the cheese is going to work. You kind of have to respect that that Sxips was able to at least bring it back to the extent that they did, even though nowhere close to a victory. You got your landing caught, obviously. You landed right on top of Diddy, and you ate an up smash for it. But at the same time, what is it that that Sxips could perhaps build upon that you saw in that game number 2, where maybe Rivers makes a mistake, opens himself up, and all of a sudden that translates into 2 stocks for you?
Yeah, I think you saw a lot of what Sxips did well in that first game. He was doing great playing off the rebound of his items and stuff like that. Rivers is getting hit by a lot of crown combos, which then opens up the blunderbuss stuff. So it's all about getting everything, working in a matter, and, getting off the ledge against Diddy is huge. So if Sxips can minimize the amount of time he spent in disadvantage, taking damage, trying to get back to center stage, then he'll definitely be in much better shape, moving forward into these next couple of games. Then down smash is a great way to, again, set the table for something big here.
Back throw. Rivers, again, coming out of loser's side. Even if they do win this set, angel drop. You know what? Forget any notion of Rivers losing this set. As long as they keep hitting these angel drops, I don't know if it's happening.
Yeah, it's hard, man. Again, when Rivers is operating on all those cylinders like that, is he
my
gonna be able to make it
goodness
back?
gracious!
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that was to send a message. You weren't even trying to take the stock at that point. You're just trying to get in Skips' head. And Sxips, to be fair, it doesn't look like they're being deterred all that easily. It is a full stock lead for Rivers right now. But the Crown Orang going to come in full effect. grabs a hold of the banana, but Rivers says, not without my permission, and they're going to get grabbed for it just off of the opposite ledge.
Yeah, again, this is where you run into the problems against fighting Diddy Kong. When you're at a deficit and, you might have to, play a little bit more at Diddy's speed, it makes it so hard, man. The belly armor will provide Sxips some relief right there. Whoa! That was wild.
That is
gracious.
One angry croc, Koopa. Sxips getting that stock, but yeah, you're going to get slipped up by the banana, and that's a full stock lead for Rivers. Yet again, Sxips kind of has to keep on this course, though. I mean, your buttons are your friends, and anything that you can get to disrupt the momentum of Rivers, like that vacuum off of Blunderbuss, I mean, it's anything is worth a shot at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna kind of have to play this one like pretty close to the vest, and that's again the problem you run into as Sxips when you're not able. You let Diddy Kong hang around in the room for a bit, and you let him get a lot of longevity out of those stocks and stuff. It's very, very dangerous. It just puts more pressure on you that you probably don't already need.
Ground-a-rang not working out, and it's going to be Rivers again, just taking him up to the platform, getting all these combos out of it. But it's going to be the up air that catches Rivers in no man's land, no monkey's land in this instance. And yeah, frame 7, pretty powerful. Can't really complain about that if you're Sxips.
And that's a huge aspect of fighting Diddy Kong that we haven't talked nearly about enough tonight. Punishing Monkey Flip. Monkey Flip is again a huge part of Diddy's arsenal. If you can properly react to that and give yourself a chance to punish that on Diddy Kong, it can definitely do you favors. The Sxips has brought it to at least within reach here. The belly armor once again providing respite for him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, we've seen Rivers be really patient and just kind of react to Skips' mistakes this whole game. Sxips deciding to press the brakes just a little bit, and all of a sudden, Rivers is in disadvantage. Crown-a-Rang going to do its thing. Gon's book. I can't believe I said the name on the screen. It's okay. It's the meme. You already know, but this is the monkey that has carried Rivers this far, and indeed, Rivers is going to survive. They are one game away from resetting this bracket, and Sxips, I mean, all the credit in the world to them for making it as close as they did in that game number 3. But if you're them, you probably can't help but think that's the one that got away.
Yeah, no, listen, that was you might be looking back at this set, man, where this game in particular, where if Rivers wins the tournament, you'll look at it here where things could have totally shifted and the timeline split. Sxips brought it back to within arm's reach, and unfortunately, in a clutch last hit situation, Rivers proved to be better in that scenario. They are now on a reset point. So let's see what the game plan will be here for Sxips, dude.
Man, you gotta love this song, but this is serious Melee vibes right now. But either way, it's going to be the down smash yet again. Rivers getting caught in everything. The vortex of Sxips is fully rotating. That is a stock and a half for Sxips.
Yeah, listen, if you're looking for any sort of response from Sxips, that's what you want to see. Signs of life. And this is a great position for him to be in right now. Rivers, though, being a complete menace to society at the ledge right now. Sxips having a rough time getting back to center stage.
Yeah, Sxips got down aired like 3 times in a row or something. That was nutty. But again, Rivers, talk about ways to bring it back. Sxips really did earn that first stock for themselves. Did so well to get it. Every single read that they made was right. But now it's Rivers. It's their turn on the offensive. In advantage state, they rarely do miss. And when they're as well practiced a Diddy as they are, I mean, you're not usually missing your confirms on heavies. Now Sxips is all the way up to 152.
Ooh.
And that's all the damage Sxips is going to get on that second stock before they relinquish their first.
Yeah, listen, any sort of damage you can get in that scenario is great. We've seen that Sxips is able to get as much life out of these stocks as he can. So, again, Diddy is Diddy. He will die much sooner than King K. Rool will have to worry about anything crazy.
Sxips gonna get dash attacked yet again, and trying to back away from the ledge. And this is the sort of respect that you have to earn yourself if you are Diddy. Otherwise, I mean, K-Rool really can just kind of walk all over you. But this has been such a good showing from Rivers. You can't help but respect that. You missed the ledge. You got cheeky with your recovery. And Rivers, just like that, has earned themselves a numerical advantage. And Sxips is one stock away from getting the bracket reset.
No, that was huge for Rivers right there. He was able to take... But that's even huger for Sxips. So there's still signs of life here, folks. Wow. What's been a very back and forth set so far. Now it's continuing to be back and forth in this potential last game of set 1.
I mean, that hitbox is just nutty. I don't even know how that happened, but nevertheless, that down air hitbox just smacks through just about anything. Sxips sitting at 113. Maybe it wasn't enough. Maybe they got that stock just a little too late. Rivers still a stock away from resetting this thing, and they could very well do it here, Koopa.
Yeah, let's see what the answer is going to be here from Sxips. Again, trying to get around the onslaught from Diddy Kong right now. But again, doing a great job playing around with Crown and Banana. Uh-oh!
Oh, you got it! No way! Not quite. Oh, but putting the fear of God into Rivers, who responds in kind, just ran out of real estate. But Sxips, that showed his strength as a player, didn't it, Koopa? That ability to maneuver at the ledge and occasionally abuse what K-Rool does give you in terms of invincibility. You really did earn that red screen, but it did not translate into the final stock of the game. And, well, Rivers is able to make that comeback, catches the roll into the up smash, and now the bracket is reset, and it's a whole new ballgame.
Yep, and again, you see those scenarios, the turning point in that game when Rivers was able to get the monkey flip off of the King K-Rool up B, where Sxips had already exhausted his jump, so he was forced to recover from way deep, and, potentially losing a stock at a lower percent when I'm sure he would have liked to. And again, you see the red, as Ajax has always told me, Stu, the red screen always lies to you. Never trust it. It's always going to lie to you. It's like buying into Bitcoin. Buy the rumors, sell the news, and stuff like that. So,
yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, but again, that set could have turned like a bunch of different ways. Again, if Sxips wins that second game, we could be singing a different song here. But we'll look back at that. We'll see if it makes a difference here as we move into set 2 here in Grand Finals.
And I really don't know how discouraged I am if I'm Sxips, because that was a really good game 4. Like, you could have just rolled over and died, but you chose not to, and that's I can't find myself a reason to be discouraged if I'm Sxips, because everything that I'm doing seems to be the right move. I'm just getting called out by a more established veteran presence. As we go back to small battlefield, game number 1, I'm seeing a lot to be proud of already if I'm Sxips, but you definitely want more, and you definitely want to build on that. My question is, Koopa, how does Sxips make that happen?
I think you got to be a better closer in these scenarios. It feels like Sxips is really just kind of throwing things at the wall and hoping they stick in these last stock scenarios. It feels like in these last hit sort of situations, there's a slight bit of panic, in their button presses and stuff. But I don't know, maybe just kind of take things a little bit of a cooler pace and play around with more Banana. You saw instances where Rivers is playing around with the King K-Rool's crown. You want to see that same sort of awareness from Sxips whenever he can get his hands on Banana.
Yeah, but now, as you're trying to make this happen on your own, if you're Sxips, you're just getting pummeled by these peanuts off of the ledge, sitting at just over 190. And as I say that, Rivers takes the first stock. Yeah, I mean, this is where Rivers is winning this game from a distance to where Sxips really can't react, just inside of dash attack distance. You're not really able to challenge Peanut much at all. And obviously Banana will do banana things once you have the opportunity to get up close, or you can just kind of throw it in Skips' face and rush them down. Skips is having a hard time coming up with counterplay for that, but whenever Rivers does decide to put their booty on the line, that's where the hands start getting thrown, and Skips is going to take that first stock.
Yeah, no, a great opportunity for them. And you see, again, a quick little 60% right there. And that's exactly the sort of stuff you need from Skips right there. You get the downer on the platform and the up smash immediately. Just like that, Stu, you know, able to take that stock in maybe less than 30 seconds, it felt like.
Still trying to make this happen is Skips, who's really not content to just let this go by. Sitting there with their last stock, down smash. It's a weak hit, but it'll connect. Maybe caught Rivers off guard just a little bit. They were trying to react to that, and just got caught with the very fingertip of Rool, who's sitting there at their second stock at 176%. Oh, what is this game, Koopa?
What in the name of all that is sacred and neatly folded just happened there? Nice roll, though. Skips wanting no part of the projectiles hanging out at the ledge right there. And Rivers able to capitalize with the up smash. So, again, we're in pretty even territory right now, all things considered.
I mean, it's as even as it's going to get, I suppose. Because Skips is hanging out without a crown. Can't establish anything from a distance. You're at ledge. You're just not going to be able to... Oh, man, you're not going to be able to keep Rivers out. They're going to just be able to jump in your face pretty much at will now. But you have established yourself on the ground. You need to take full advantage of this. Looking for the F smash. I feel like Skips is getting just a little needy for my taste.
Like I said, man, in these last stock scenarios, it feels like Skips is trying, maybe pushing the envelope just a little bit too hard to go for these heat check reads and stuff like that. And again, you see great item play with Rivers. He's been playing primarily a lot with the crown than he has been with his own banana.
Yeah, that's a... please rephrase that. But also, yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. The key to getting Rool out of their comfort zone is to grab the crown and make sure that they can't utilize it. And what is it that we see Skips going after 9 times out of 10? It's that crown. Rivers is going to be put off kilter just a little bit, but they're in perfect position at the ledge to take full advantage of Skips. And yeah, that's Rivers' game number 1 going to them. But Skips keeps making it close. That's a respectable loss.
Yeah, listen, that was tough, man. That last second trade at the end probably could have been different if maybe Rivers was sent a little bit farther, but landed perfectly on the ledge, able to get a back air conversion on King Rool's very linear recovery. And again, a closely fought set, but it is Rivers that comes out on the other end of, on the positive end of things.
And I mean, we're seeing a lot of the best options. Yeah, that was that double hit on the ledge. That was just
wild.
Yeah, that was goofy, bro. But yeah, Crown does some crazy things, don't it? And Skips, again, connecting with that aerial off the ledge. And that trade put Rivers in the favorable position so that they could grab ledge and follow up with the back air. Yeah, that was it. Just again, Skips, how can you expect the tech after that? You're expecting one hit. Like, I can't even blame Skips for that.
Nah, yeah, man, it's rough stuff. Again, these sets are so closely contested in the last hit scenarios, and it looks like it's going to be Diddy Kong throughout the rest of the set. I figured that once, we'd maybe see the crown at some point from Rivers, but ride the hot hand that got you here. So,
suppose you're right. Skips, at the very least, can hold one thing over Rivers' head. Rivers did win DNA Ultimate Season 9 Week 10. However, Skips did wound up beating Skips in that very tournament, losers quarterfinals. However, Skips does have a win over Lardo in that tournament by a score of 2-1. So, if nothing else, Skips can say that was the person who sent Rivers to losers as we're going to Pokemon Stadium for game number 2.
Yeah, we'll see if fortunes are better here for Skips. Again, going for these hard reads, it just coming up just short. Rivers appears to be just a step ahead in these ledge scenarios and stuff.
Still gonna try to make this happen. I mean, Sxips, you gotta admire their tenacity at the very least. They do have this lead, but they could very well have just kind of gotten all morose after losing 4 of 5 games. They're still workshopping. They're still trying to figure this out. And even though Rivers kind of winning the majority of the interactions on flat ground, and certainly taking full advantage of advantage. They're you still see Sxips trying to work things out, not giving up, and remaining tenacious, even when they're being put into compromised positions most of the time, and they're rewarded with stocks like that, the gut check, and that's going to work wonders for Sxips. They're even at 2 stocks apiece. Considering how that first stock went, Koopa, it doesn't really need to be even right now.
Yeah, listen, that's what we said on Edema King K rule. Longevity in these stocks, and Diddy not always having the easiest time killing. So if you're Sxips, you want to take advantage of these scenarios where, you're both probably hanging out a little bit longer past your expiration date. Get dunked, but great use of the rising barrels right there from Rivers.
Yeah, I was about to say, that can't happen again, right? Sxips was about to be victimized by that dare for like the umpteenth time, straight up. And sitting at 95%, spot dodging from Sxips, I have to say, I mean, Rivers has not been sitting in shield all that much. I still feel like you got to start establishing grab anyway, just to really, oh man, we saw it there. Rivers has been doing so much off of spot dodge. I feel like you just got to time it a little bit better, slow it down just a little bit. Sxips is almost there, has almost all the pieces together, and it'll only count for a Game 2 victory, but it's still a point on the board. Neat little combination from Sxips.
Yeah, listen, there's a stock difference and about a 100% difference in percentage right here. If you're Sxips, you want this game. The complexion of the set completely changes. If he goes into the next game down 0-2. So he's doing a good job right now. Rivers having a hard time getting that stock off. The up smash will connect. Great googly moogly, Stu. That was incredible.
A 2-stock victory, and it seems like Sxips has just a little bit of wind left in their sails. They're going to have to see if they can circumnavigate the world of experience that Rivers can bring to a bracket, as all of a sudden, this Diddy looks just a little vulnerable, Koopa.
Yeah, listen, you look for any sort of leverage you can get yourself here, and being in even games at this point in the set, in a reset, that's all you can ask for, But again, the rubber game's going to be huge here. We saw these crossroads in the first set where Sxips came up just short in a last hit scenario. Can he close it out in a set where it matters? He's proven he can tread water with Rivers, but can he pull ahead? We'll find out.
And it makes you wonder, right? Because it may well just come down to item plays, specifically how well you control the item of the other character, because yeah, they do respawn, but that crown, I mean, it's just a matter of how well Diddy is going to do with K. Rool's crown, and obviously how well you can control what Diddy can do against you by grabbing a hold of the banana peel.
Yeah.
The clangs! Are you serious?
Yeah, it sounds like the round's over, Stu. We just heard the bell, so.
Yeah, seriously, they are not retreating to their corners, however. They're going to keep on going. Will the ref come in already? Stop the damn match. And, oh my gosh, and the angel drop to finish it off. The gloves are off for Rivers.
Yeah, Herb Dean is having none of this right now, Stu. He is allowing both competitors to keep on fighting right now. And again, huge stuff for Sxips. Any sort of momentum you can garner here and potentially get yourself a lead is huge. But Rivers has always done a great job of answering. But it's just looking rough right now for the King K. Rool main.
Still trying to work their way in, and Rivers sitting at 115. I mean, This is you'd think it's a scary position to be in, but Rivers never seems to play with a sense of fear at all. Like, they're going to stick with their game plan. Come hell or high water. That was actually not a pun, but I guess I realized it could be. But nevertheless, I mean, this is someone who is not going to be deterred from what they had in mind for this set to be, and they're kind of realizing the importance of controlling the crown and certainly keeping Sxips in a compromised position as they've earned a full stock lead for themselves. Certainly could be 3-1 right now. Sxips, though, I mean, they've kind of always been the one that's been forced to adapt, and they certainly will be here.
And that was a great evasion of the down tilt right there from Rivers. Able to jump out of the way and connect with a back air. And yeah, it's just, look, the set play has been the real difference here so far in the sets, too. Rivers has looking very comfortable not playing with his own item, but again, King K. Rool's tangible item. It hasn't really been a huge factor so far in the set. And once again, the nair to the down air, say goodnight, flush all the bad matchups away, Stu, as Rivers going up 2-1 here in the rubber game.
Yeah, you know, I thought you were about to say that the tournament was over, but no, it's just that game. That's a straight-up 3-stock. That's the second one of these, second one in 2 sets between the two. That angel drop to start things off. Yeah, carrying on about as they left off, and so efficient in keeping Sxips on the ledge. And even though we were admiring the efficiency of their movement in those positions, still not great. And look how early they take that set. All you need to do is pop that K Rool up and the down air. They lost that stock at 60%. Just a little bit less than that, Coop, as we are going to Pokemon Stadium for game number 4. Sxips has to show up here.
Yeah, this could be potential last game of the night for Sxips. Let's see what kind of response he's going to have here. Or will Rivers win again, DNA for the second time out of the last 3 weeks?
I just don't like how that's starting off for Sxips because, I mean, we saw them swinging at air more or less. That was not the way to start things off if you're Sxips. And now, sitting there at 54%, yeah, you have yourself a bit of a lead, but if you're letting Rivers get into your head this much, then they can do whatever they want on flat ground. The only chance that you have is maximizing the damage off of Crown-A-Rang and the nonsense that you're getting off of the vacuum. I don't know if having your buttons, just your standard footsies, second guessed, man. That's got to be rough on the mentality of Sxips.
Yeah, no, it's definitely tough right now. And again, there we go, the angel drop once more. Keep going back to the well, man, if it keeps being fruitful. As our Rivers coming out extra, it's hitting on all cylinders, man. All the Diddy boxes are being checked off as we speak.
It sure is. I mean, what else is there that you could possibly want from a Diddy main? I mean, this is the Jersey Tech, man. You gotta know it if you want to survive out here. Certainly against Rivers, who's going to connect on that dare again. Won't connect with the stock that time, but last stock they lost was in game number 2, and that was the case until just there, where Sxips finally gets themselves on the board.
Yeah, no, going for some cheeky up B stuff right there. Not a huge punish from Rivers. Probably maybe a little slow in the draw right there.
That was a warning, is what that was.
Yeah.
you know something could have happened there, but Rivers says, "I'm gonna let you off this time, kid." That's some cocky stuff from the former PGR man.
Yes, sir. Coming up again. Everything coming up Rivers right now. Sxips having a really rough time, landing and generating any sort of offense.
Oh, Rivers.
Whoa!
Missing. Oh, man. Yeah, Sxips, that's a pretty slippery crocodile, man. Who'd have thought? But sitting there at 197, and they are going to be taken to their tournament stock. Rivers, for the second time in 3 weeks, might be about to win DNA out of loser's side after going to loser's side before top 16. I mean, what is in the water down there?
Well, it's Florida. I don't know if you really want to know the answer to that question.
I don't. Please continue.
Oh, but here we go. Nice little exchange right there from Rivers in combination with the crown and his own combos. A quick 70, to play with right now.
Yeah, and make that 90, and still at the ledge. Sxips just getting batted around like a piñata, and Rivers, with the sixth sense, he got the stick in hand. Sxips looking awfully full of candy, might just be at his breaking point right now. It's a full stock lead for the Diddy, and trying to get anything they possibly can, but immediately comes in with the flip into the kick, and that's a tech check. Sxips survives somehow, but only for so long. The roll back up is red, and just like that, Rivers, you can't keep this man down. They will win the season finale of DNA.EXE.
I gotta say, I'm very impressed we're able to get 2 sets of grand finals in before midnight. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. If only that could happen in Fusion in real life, right? Let's we've had that happen before, folks. The venue owners are real nice. They want to be home before midnight. They want us out by midnight. That's just how it goes sometimes.
Man.
But
God, that brings me back. But yeah, listen, we're seeing a look at the highlights here, and an excellent display of ledge trapping and item play from Rivers. As you see right here, the X factor in this set is, again, you look back to that second game in the first set where the rubber game of the first set where Sxips had a chance to win that game and maybe go up in the sets, but unfortunately it did not work out for him there, and Rivers was able to take that momentum and carry it to another win here, Stu. So really, really nice stuff from the Diddy main, currently residing in Florida.
Absolutely. Nevermore Rivers going to take that set by a score of 3-1, as they did the set prior in Grands. So not a bad performance all in all from them. Tip of the cap absolutely to Sxips for a wonderful performance. Honestly, for having lost 2 straight sets by a score of 3-1, looking really strong all throughout and doing well to qualify for Grands in winners' side. Certainly earning the silver medal, this time around in the season finale. And of course, Amaryllis finishing in third as well. We have not seen the last of them. New York was well represented here in this DNA, and certainly will be in DNAs in the future. Season 10 is starting back up, and speaking of representing New York, that party that's happening tomorrow night over on Collision, as well as twitch.tv/thebuzz. You already know, Galaxy Gambit X Collision, hosted by none other than the Milky Way mind. The absolutely nebulous, leaves you incredulous, the Buzz. It's happening over on twitch.tv/thebuzz and Collision Series. You want to sign up? It's every Friday. That's every Friday at 6 Eastern Standard Time. Smash.gg/Galaxy Gambit. That's not all we've got going on in the tri-state area, though. We were just talking about Fusion, Koopa. Tell the good people.
Yeah, Fusion.EXE, again, a great combination of all things Super Smash Bros. Melee and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You can check out the bracket every Monday. Online registration closes at 6:30, and bracket check-in starts at 7:30 every Monday. Free online bracket featuring some of your favorites, across all over this beautiful region of Wi-Fi. You can check it all out on twitch.tv/Collision Smash and twitch.tv/Sig Melee for the Melee side of things if you're into that. And you can check out all details at smash.gg/Fusion.
And shout outs to the Melee heads as well. I know that you're all enjoying Slippy, and I'm certainly enjoying watching it. So keep on keeping on. And of course, shout outs to our good friends across the Hudson River over at the House of 3000. They've been rocking out for just over a year now with Xeno Wi-Fi. LAN adapters only, so get your LAN adapters, get your controller, bring the hype. It's free entry every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's open to Tri-State, MDVA, and New England, and also Delaware, of course. Shout outs to them. Home of the Blue Hens, you already know. ho3k.nyc/Discord. You want to register for that tournament? You already know how. Smash.gg/Xeno Wi-Fi, a property of the House of 3000.
Yes, sir. Couldn't have said it better myself, folks. And of course, cabinet in the Bay Area Yes, it happened. We're back,
don't
baby.
worry about the
vacation.
date. Yeah, by the way, this is. I just wanted to tell you that this event is every Tuesday. That's it.
Every
Yes,
Tuesday, absolutely. And I can actually tell y'all a little bit about this for real because they're hosting a tournament on April 3rd. It's basically going to be an in-person invitational, making sure that everyone is safe and socially distanced. But they're going to be hosting it, and it's going to be for the benefit of stopping hate towards AAPI persons. So yeah, definitely tune into that. It's going to be on April 3rd, and after that, tune into Super Galaxy Gambit, which is happening over on Collision Series and twitch.tv/thebuzz. So you already know 2 events going on just over the course of the next week, and you feel it starting to come back. Maybe we're getting just a little bit closer to the end of the tunnel, but what a wild ride this has been thus far for not only us here at DNA, but really just the entire Smash community. A lot of highs, a lot of lows, but we're getting there, and I truly feel, Koopa, like we're going to be a stronger community because of all this.
No, I agree, man. Listen, it's been a long year of quarantine and, among everything else that's happening in the world and within our own community. And, we are ushering in a new era of everything. Once we eventually get to a state where offline is safe and able to happen. And, we hope that's soon. But, of course, we don't want it to be too soon because we don't want, things to, potentially take a turn. But listen, everyone continue to do what you're doing. Socially distance, wash your hands, wear a mask, get your shots when you're eligible. I promise you, it ain't going to hurt that bad. But yeah, that's about all we have for you guys today. And again, if you guys want to hear more from me and Stu, of course, Stu is one of the hardest working man in esports. Again, one time commentated a stream from his car. One time. He's
absolutely. That was a wild experience, but would do it all over again in a heartbeat, just not on a regular basis. And if you want to follow me on Twitter and Twitch, it's at Stu the Announcer. Go ahead, follow Koopa as well at KoopaNJ, quickly becoming one of my favorite streamers. And
yes, sir.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, at Master Hand Games on Twitter. That's going to do it. Final score in true finals. It's Rivers once again making their presence felt by a score of 3-1. Sxips doing well, but the King K. Rool will not take home the crown tonight. That belongs to Rivers. So that's going to do it from us, for all of us here at Collision Series and Master Hand Gaming. I'm Stu the Announcer saying good night, and until we meet again, happy smashing.
Good night, everybody.